Please welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the NBA Bit. Hope you guys had a nice little Monday. It's Tuesday. We've got some basketball to talk about. And I'm just going to tell you right off the gate, man, it sucks going to bed at 1:30 in the morning, but we do it to stay up for Nuggets Wolves because that was chef's kiss. We had two home teams yesterday. Opportunity of going up 2-0. We're going to talk about both of those. We'll talk about Toronto just kind of giving up. You know, we'll talk about the Toronto quitting of our friend Brandon Ingram. And then we'll look at tonight's 3-game slate. We'll get on out of here. But do me a favor. If it's your first time here, subscribe to the channel. Like the video. If you want to do this podcast version, if you don't want to look at my beautiful face, go, get in the podcast streets. Apple, Spotify, rate, review. Do 5 stars. 5 stars. But we're going to have fun today. We're going to have fun. I think we have to start with Denver, Minnesota. Actually, before we do that, let's check in on the chat. Sneeps is here. Good morning, Sneeps. Happy Kyle Anderson. Hey to everyone. Yeah, Borland. Tough air ball from Slow-Mo. Happy birthday to the former Longhorn J.A. We got T-Man here. We've got Happy National Kindergarten Day. Is it 4K? Does the camera look better today? Is it on delay? And does it look better? Those are 2 questions. I was messing around with the settings this morning, and we got regulator. Here. Listen, let's do it. Let's do some Denver, Minnesota. And you know what I want to start with? Before we talk about Denver kind of falling apart down the stretch, before we even talk about Anthony Edwards, we got to give Rudy Gobert some flowers, man. Rudy Gobert was awesome last night. I was so impressed with him, man. And I mean, he's like always defended Jokic well. Jokic can beat Rudy. We've seen Jokic beat Rudy. It's lagging a bit. Oh, it is lagging a bit. Okay, maybe hold on. Let me mess with the settings then. I don't want it because if the camera is that's fine if it looks a little bit better, but if it's slight delay, that kind of sucks. Let's see. Is it a more in speed now? I know it's not crystal clear, but is it the speed a little bit better now, or is it still lagging? Man, I hate dealing with the lagging stuff. But anyways, Rudy, dude, is just awesome, man. Rudy Gobert, like I just defended his ass off last night. Here is a stat from Justin Russo here. Justin Russo says, with Rudy Gobert on the floor, Nikola Jokic in game 2, 1 for 8 from the field, 4 points. With Rudy Gobert off the floor, 7 for 12, 20 points. Just really, really stuff from Rudy last night. I thought he defended really well. It seemed like Jokic and Jamal ran out of gas there in the fourth quarter. And, this is something that reared its head a few times. Now the picture's frozen. Jesus Christ. This is something that reared its head a few times in, it's not frozen on my end, a few times in the regular season, right? Where Jamal and Jokic we're so used to them being just lights out in the clutch. And then a couple of times it happened this year. And it happened last night. They just kind of ran out of gas. Jokic with some like tough possessions late in down 2. he gets by his guy. And we've seen him make this play so many times where he gets by his guy, he's in the paint, and he's either going to do a floater or he's going to float it off a little bit to the right or the left of the rim. And then Aaron Gordon usually comes flying in and throws it down, right? Instead, he's got Christian Brown underneath, and he kind of tries to like shimmy it around. I think it was Ant or McDaniels. I can't remember who it was. It catches the side of McDaniels or Ant. Brown gets it, but it's not clean. Goes up, gets fouled, then goes 1 for 2 from the line. And then Jamal Murray. Can somebody explain this to me? I don't know if you guys saw the last possession of the game. They're down 3. There's like 17 seconds left. And Jamal pulls up for 2. I'm unclear if they were trying to extend the game like this was a college game, like get a quick 2. But it wasn't a clean look. Like it wasn't a... It's not one of those things where they're like, where Minnesota was selling out on the 3-point line. So it was like, go get your layup, and then we'll try to get it next game. Let's extend the game by fouling. It was like a pull-up, too, that was not super open. It was very confusing, I thought. But again, a great win for Minnesota. And I'll like this game started off. I'll share the box score now. This game started off with Denver just white hot from 3. Really dumb fouls from Minnesota. And like you can't even complain about the whistle. It was really, really dumb stuff where they just kept fouling 3-point shooters. Jamal Murray had back-to-back, I think, consecutive possessions where it was 4-point plays. Tim Hardaway Jr. got one later in the first. Dante fouled Tim Hardaway Jr. on the 3. Tim Hardaway Jr., by the way, I mean, I thought he played well, but just brutal from the free throw line, which kind of cost them a little bit. But we got regular season Randall was back in 36 minutes in this game. He had 24 points, 9 boards, and 6 dimes. Jaden McDaniels played 37 minutes. He had 14 and 3. I honestly didn't think McDaniels was awesome, and we're going to get to some of his comments after the game, but he was fine. Dante DiVincenzo, who Anthony Edwards said post-game that he had gorilla balls. Dante, spicy ragu, hit a big-time triple. It was after Aaron Gordon. Nuggets are down 3. Aaron Gordon sticks a 3. The very next possession, they go to double Ant. Ant swings it back to Dante. Dante steps into it, knocks it down. And that was kind of the dagger of that one. And then Anthony Edwards playing 40 minutes, 30 points, 10 rebounds, 3 for 11 from 3. It is so clear. It is so clear that Ant is not healthy yet. He is not. Like there was a possession, I think, early in the game, whether it was like late first quarter, early second quarter, and he's dribbling the ball up court, and I think it was Aaron Gordon was applying a little bit of backcourt pressure, and you see him like stop to dribble between the legs, and his knee moved a little funky. He's not 100%, but just an absolute baller, man. Absolute baller from Ant-Man. And then off the bench, Naz Reid played 27 minutes. He had 11 and 9. Patrick said, I don't remember Naz Reid's shot always being that ugly. Naz is interesting because I do think he has a clean-looking 3-point jump shot. Like when he catches in the corner, it's not, he's barely jumping, but I think that looks clean. But man, when he gets into the paint, it is super herky-jerky. But Naz had a good game, man. He had a pretty important, he missed like a bunny, but then got the putback, and I believe it was an and one. Mike Conley only 4 minutes. Ayo Dosunmu had 9, 5, and 4 in this one, and Bones hit a couple of big threes. When like this game was getting out of hand, because early Denver, I think, ballooned the lead in the first half up to 19, I want to say it was. And then Minnesota just kept chipping away. And this is a big W, man. They steal home court, right? They go back to Minnesota 1-1, and Denver has to be kicking themselves because they're like, you're going to look at a couple of these stat lines here. The free throws, man, was 23 for 30. Like those 7 were it felt like they were big threes in big moments, like Tim Hardaway Jr. missing 3 of the 7 and Christian Brown missing 2. Gordon missed 1. He only got to the line twice. Who was the other one? And then Bruce Brown missed 1 too. I also thought Bruce Brown only had 7 points. He had 2 big threes in this game. Jokic, well, interesting. I don't think he scored a bucket until it was either like the last 2 minutes of the first quarter or it was in the second quarter. I can't remember, but 8 for 20 from the field, 1 for 7 from 3. And boy, those were tired 3-point jump shots, right? Couple of air balls in there. Was really rough. Played 40 minutes. Finished with 24, 15, and 8. And like still a good performance from Jokic, but you could just sense it, man. They took him out of the game too. They built this nice lead in the first. What was the official? What was the score at the end of the first quarter here? It was, sorry, I got to blow it up a little bit more so ESPN will show me. So, yeah, they were up 14 at the end of the first quarter, and then Minnesota flipped it. Denver outscores them 39-25 in the first. Minnesota outscores them 39-25 in the second. And it was, I think, like most of that lead evaporated when Jokic left the court in the first half, at the end of his first rotation, right? Plays all 12 minutes in the first quarter, and then was really only able to sit. It happened so fast. I mean, Jonas Valanciunas was just getting cooked. Jonas Valanciunas only played 3 minutes. Like, it was just so clear this is not going to be the series for him. Cameron Johnson 1 for 6 from 3. Jokic 1 for 7. Brown 1 for 3. Jamal, who got off to a super hot start. I think he was like 6 for 9 from 3, and then finishes 6 for 14. He had 37 and 7 with 4 turnovers. But the 3-point shooting was abysmal. And one of the things we talked about after game 1 was like, wow, Denver won game 1 without shooting the 3-ball well. What happens when they shoot it better in the second game? And I mean, it was 15 from 41, 37%, not the end of the world, but like Tim gave him 3, Bruce Brown splashed down 2, but it was Minnesota 14 for 34 from 3, 41%. They also got to the line 30 times, but they missed a handful too. They missed 11 free throws. Jesus, who is the culprit of that? I guess everybody chipped in. Rudy missed 2. But yeah, I mean, you can't give enough respect to Rudy, like especially fresh off of. Actually, let's yell about this for a second. Asar Thompson finished 3rd in Defensive Player of the Year voting, right? So Wemby wins, Chet Holmgren 2, Asar Thompson 3. Yes, I don't want to go full Bill Simmons. It's for sure a regular season award. It's just kind of wild for Asar Thompson to finish 3rd, and then JB Bickerstaff's like, hey, man, you can only play like 24 minutes in game 1 of the playoffs. I don't know. Should he be finishing 3rd? But I just thought what the job Rudy Gobert did yesterday against Nikola Jokic was just awesome. I'll read that stat again from Russo, right? 1 for 8. Jokic was 1 for 8, 4 points from the floor with Rudy on the floor. 20 of his 24 field goal points came from when Rudy was on the bench. And I mean, to Jokic's credit, they got Rudy into foul trouble. Also, Jokic drew an incredible offensive foul. And I can't remember if it was on Rudy or Randall, but he was just he knew, he like timed it perfectly. And it's definitely a flop, by the way, but there's egregious flops. And then there's like smart flops, I think. And this one, so he could like sense the shoulder was going to come into him and just timed it so beautifully. And it was, I think maybe that was Rudy. But anyway, shout out Rudy Gobert, man. Just a game of his life, I thought. And the stats aren't going to show it. You look at the box score, it's not like Rudy blew you away. He only had 2 points and 7 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 turnovers. Like that, you look at the box score and you're like, what did Rudy do? But man, he defended his ass off last night. It was really, that's the reason they won the game, you know? And credit Ant for playing through it, but that's the reason they won. I think more importantly, what we need to do now is see what our friend Jaden McDaniels had to say after the game. And I don't know how many people caught this post game. And this is like, usually this shit is saved for game 5 of like the 3rd round, like the conference championships. This is first round energy. And I don't know what happened because I didn't know. I didn't know these guys. Like, I know they've played each other a lot. I didn't know there was like some animosity. And Nikola Jokic and Ant got into it a little bit. Anthony Edwards traveled. And then Jokic was trying to get the ball and Ant didn't give him the ball. And like people were acting like that was a big deal. I didn't think that was a big deal. But oh my God, look at this. Look at this clip by Jaden McDaniels. Just crazy stuff. Ready? Let me make sure this is turned all the way up. Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Go out to Jokic, Jamal, all the bad defenders, Tim Hardaway, Cam Johnson, Aaron Gordon, the whole team. Like, just go at them.
They're all bad defenders.
Yeah, they're all bad defenders.
And just to consider that, it feels like you guys constantly attack.
Yeah, just they don't got people that could defend the rim, and if he is there, we still more athletic than them, and just got to be able to finish when we do.
Is there discipline involved in just staying in that attack mode?
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, just sometimes you gotta know when to attack and when the right moments, and just if it's your time to shoot it.
Naming names, man. Jaden McDaniels out there naming names, letting them know who all of the bad defenders were. I thought that was great. Did not mention Christian Brown. I don't think I heard Christian Brown's name mentioned, but naming all of the names. Wow. My internet is down, huh? rough scene here today on the. I wonder what's going on. I wonder what's going on here. Because we're plugged in, boys and girls. We're plugged in. It's not like this is Wi-Fi energy, you know. So apologies that we get some bad interwebs. But yeah, love that Jaden McDaniels just out there naming names right now. I don't know if I would do that after game 2. Maybe you wait a little bit longer before you just start name calling Jokic and Jamal. But I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. That's been part of it. That's been part of it. The defense was pretty bad. The defense was really bad last night. I thought they went after him hard. Aaron Gordon too just was kind of MIA a little bit, and maybe because he was doing a little bit on the defensive end, but he was 1 for 4 from 3, 8.7 boards, 4 dimes. Like I think they're going to need a little bit more from him. But huge win for Minnesota, man. Huge win for Minnesota. They go back home now. I don't think they play again until Thursday, right? So both of those guys, both squads will be pretty well rested as they head into game 3. But we get a series now, which is fun. And I think this is, I really did think like that that Minnesota was not healthy enough. And I thought Denver was going to go in and it looked like that in the first half, man, or at least the first quarter. It looked like Denver was going to just kind of take all the energy out of this game and move on and move up 2-0. But yeah. And then, yeah, let's do some Knicks and Hawks now, because I'm seeing Regulator talk about Peacock has to get there to fix their graphic issues. I do think it is kind of funny. Like, yes, I agree, by the way. I do agree. And for those that don't know what we're talking about here. So last night, the Knicks are down 1 after CJ, who's had an incredible game, bricks back-to-back free throws. They get a rebound. Now, the graphic on Peacock said the Knicks had 1 timeout left. That was not true. The Knicks did not have 1 timeout left, but the graphic did say it. They get the quick rebound. They kick it up to Bridges, who misses a pretty good wide-open jumper. Game over. Hawks get the win. It's 1-1. But what was really funny was everybody losing their mind after. And I do like, I agree. Yes, Peacock does have to fix their graphic. This is the second time this has happened, I believe, in as many broadcasts. But I do like the idea that we're like the outcome of the game changed because the fans didn't know that the Knicks did not have a timeout left. I did think that was funny. If anything, I hope NBC and Peacock are doing it on purpose, where they're just like, here's some rage bait for you. So no, the Knicks did not have a timeout left, even though the graphic said that it did. The Knicks did not have a timeout left, which I thought was great because in the moment I was like, man, they're really not going to call a time. They're not going to draw up a play. They just want to let Mikal Bridges cook. And Mikal Bridges, man, had that moment. Mikal Bridges, actually, you know what? We should go full screen for this because let's get AI ready to clip it. Mikal Bridges had an opportunity to go full J.D. Drew. J.D. Drew signs this massive contract with the Boston Red Sox, and I don't know how long ago that was, 2000 whatever, right? And he was just bad. It wasn't even that he was bad, but he was not good. And then J.D. Drew, we get to the postseason, and he hits a grand slam in the World Series, or it was Game 7. I can't remember if it was the ALCS now or if it was in the World Series, but hits a grand slam. And all of Boston collectively was like, I don't care how many millions of dollars you paid this man. I don't care if he hit 220 for his entire time in Boston. When it mattered, he hit a grand slam. We broke the curse, whatever. If Mikal Bridges hit that shot last night to put the Knicks up 2-0, it would have been worth 9 first-round picks. But instead, bricks it. Atlanta gets the W. They move on. Now it's 1-1 as they head back home. It's just really, really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. A tough scene for the Bing Bong boys. And it was CJ McCollum night. And CJ also had some quotes. Let's actually do that after I think I have that bookmarked. Let's do some CJ quotes because that was, again, people are talking just right after game 2. Here it is. Let me pull this up here. This is just a quick, and this is not as egregious. This is not as egregious as what Jaden McDaniels said, but it's still pretty good. Let's pull this up and let's go full screen.
Like you were maybe intentionally, maybe not looking to get that matchup against Jalen. I know you said it's not about beating him, but did you like what you had in those one-on-one scenarios?
What you think? What do you think? Yeah.
So if you couldn't hear it, the question was, it looked like you were maybe intentionally, maybe not, that the matchup against Jalen, did you like what you had in those one-on-one series scenarios? He goes, what do you think? Yeah. just really, really good stuff from CJ. And CJ was awesome, man. McCollum was just incredible. Yeah, people keep telling me the videos freeze up. Guys, there's nothing I'm going to be able to do about it midstream. I'm so sorry that that's what we're dealing with, but here we are. Anyways, CJ was awesome. 12 for 22 from the field, 32.6 dimes, and this was just a bad Jalen Brunson game, man. I like, and maybe he was due for one of these because he's been just so good for so long in the postseason, but it just felt like he was hunting quite a bit. Like for his own shot. It didn't feel like we were getting other people involved from the All NBA podcast too, because there was a lot of conversation around Mike Brown 2 different times in this game for like significant amount of stints, had both Brunson and Cat off the floor. And there's a lot of talk about this, but this is from the All NBA podcast. The Knicks scored 1.23 points per possession in the half court tonight when either Brunson, Cat, or both were on offense. They scored a 0.077 points per possession in the half court tonight in the possessions when both Brunson and Cat sat. So just kind of tough there for the Knicks. And it was just, again, like they just attacked Brunson the entire night. Onyeka Okongwu, who was questionable heading into that game, he finished with 15 and 8. He played 30 minutes, and I got to tell you, man, I think I said this a couple of times before the series even started, that I thought if the Hawks were really going to win this series, it was going to be not a lot of Jonathan Kuminga. And Kuminga last night plays 35 minutes off the bench, has 19 points, 4 boards, 2 steals, and a block. Was 7 for 12 from the field. I thought he had some big buckets down the stretch to kind of like pull this team back. And look at this, Atlanta outscoring the Knicks by by 9 in the fourth quarter to come back and get that win. And as Power Duster said, CJ in the thumbnail in 2026 is wild. Yeah, it's been pretty good, man. It's been pretty good. This is a really good win for Atlanta. And after watching game 1, it really did feel like there was a talent discrepancy between the two, and that, like, this Atlanta story has been fun, and that, there's something to build on. The pieces are there, but this felt, and it still could be, but it felt like a Knicks in 5 situation, right? Maybe Atlanta gets one at home with the lemon pepper wings in Magic City, right? Like maybe that helps them get a W, but it's probably Knicks in 5. Still could be. But if you told me they were going to win a game in Madison Square Garden between either game 1 or game 2, it would have been because I thought, and like I said yesterday, we were going to get a triple-double or something from Jalen Johnson. We've had some pretty subpar JJ games to start this series, and credit the Knicks defense, because I do think that's part of it. But like, as you see, JJ, just 12 shot attempts, 17 points, 8 boards, and 3 dimes. But man, it doesn't matter, because I think the offense is just out there saying, hey, let's go just attack Jalen Brunson, and that's what they did. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, too. That's the other thing. They're going home 1-1. We have yet to see Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and we've yet to see top-tier Jalen Johnson. Corey Kispert, he got into the game last night. That's fun. Tony Bradley also played 12 minutes. Wild stuff here. On the Knicks side, like Jalen Brunson, again, 10 for 26 from the field, 29 points and 7 dimes. Cat, who we were saying this is like the biggest mismatch they have. They have a dinged up Onyeka Okongwu. They're playing Tony Bradley, and Karl-Anthony Towns only took 12 shots. Like, that feels like a mistake. There. But really, anyways, just good performance from Atlanta. 1-1 now. Mikal Bridges, 3 for 10 from the field. Josh Hart, 15, 13, and 6. OG Anunoby, again, really good defense last night for both OG. All of OG, Bridges, and Hart. But I mean, what they're going to continue to do is just hunt Jalen Brunson. And I don't know how you stop doing that. Like, how do the Knicks combat that? Like the Atlanta Hawks right now have the roster. They have the type of guards to go out there and do it. Regulator said more Mitch. Not sure if that helps. Yeah, Mitch Robb had an interesting Interesting game. He got 3 more minutes in game 2 than he did in game 1. Finishes with 13 and 7. Makes all of his shots from the field. The problem that they run into with Mitch is like, are they going to do Hack-a-Mitch? I know they did it in game 1. I don't know. I'll be honest. I missed the first half. Only watched the second half of this game because I was at a comedy show last night. Shout out my boy Josh Tobin. He crushed. Also, real random thing. Went to the show last night. Chris Redd from Saturday Night Live, former SNL alum, also from Pop Star. From the movie Pop Star. He was there. He was performing. You know who was sitting next to us? I'm forgetting his first name now. Ocean's 11 star, son of James Caan. What's his name? What's his first name? I keep wanting to. Is it just James Caan? Is it James Caan Jr.? Where is it? Come on. Scott Caan. Hawaii 5-0, right? Yeah, he's there. Also, it's nice seeing famous people who are short. Shout out my short kings, Scott Caan. But yeah, he was there. That was fun. Anyways, I saw a great show. It was a lot of fun. And then caught all second half, which was fun. And I guess I caught some of the second quarter because I saw a little scuffle. I saw some scuffling. But anyways, this was a really fun win for Atlanta. And I'm excited about these series, man. Both Atlanta and New York. And then also Denver and Minnesota. I think they gave us some really fun, some fun series the rest of the way. I think after this weekend, it was hard to get excited when we were just seeing teams win by 35. Now we might be brought back to that reality tonight when we look at the 3-game slate. But last night, it's like playoffs are here. We got people talking shit. CJ talking shit. Jaden McDaniels talking shit. Also, how about CJ McCollum? Kicks a dude in the balls. And then adding insult to testicle, comes back in game 2 and just cooks them. Really fun win for Atlanta. Now, has anybody, this is what I'll ask the chat, both Denver and Minnesota, Atlanta and New York, through 2 games, have you changed your mind on the series at all? Did you come in saying Denver and 7, now I'm taking Minnesota, or vice versa? Same thing with Atlanta and New York. Is there any series that you have changed your mind on? I think the only adjustment I have made here, I just really thought Minnesota was going to be too dinged up to go the distance with Denver this series. And I thought Denver was getting a little bit healthier. Denver's still, by the way, waiting to see if Peyton Watson is going to come back. My initial picks were Denver in 5, I think, and New York in 7. I still think I got New York in 7, but Denver in 5 feels a little rich now that they're going back to Minnesota. 187. Okay, so Sanjay Rich said you had Denver and Atlanta, and you still feel that way. 187 says I always had Atlanta in 7. I had Denver. You would go Wolves now. Okay, yeah. I mean, listen, man. If Minnesota was able to even this series with Ant-Man not being 100%, I think that one's on the distance. I think I'm excited for it, man. Even though I picked Denver, it's not because I just picked Denver, not because I want Denver to win. I picked Denver because I thought they would win. I'm happy. Give me 7 games of both of these series. Regulators saying the Knicks are in the most trouble. Yeah, I mean, again, I'll go back to what I was saying about Jalen Johnson and Nickeil Alexander-Walker, both not playing well, and it being 1-1. Huge. I think Borland's on the Denver side. Is that right, Aaron? And shout out Borland, by the way, joined the show yesterday. And then Stubbs saying, I don't understand why the Knicks never start their offense by throwing the ball in the post to Cat. Yeah, I mean, that to me, this is again just box score, bros. Maybe the defense that Atlanta was throwing made it difficult to do this. But for Cat to be 8 for 12 from the field, 2 for 5 from 3, we've spent 2 fucking weeks now saying how Karl Anthony Towns has the biggest advantage of any series or any competitive playoff series. The biggest advantage is Cat versus the Atlanta Bigs. And somehow he only takes 12 shots is kind of nuts. The 8-0 stat in Wolves Nuggets. I don't know what the 8-0 stat is, regulator. So put that in the chat. I am unfamiliar with your game. Okay. We have spent 30 minutes and have not talked about the last game. And that's just partially because I think it's just because Toronto is cooked, man. This Raptors team. Listen, the one thing I will say, Darko, it took you a half too long. The writing was on the wall. You needs to Colin Murray Boyle's time starts now. The CMB starts now. He needs to be starting, man. We can't be doing this anymore. The Pirtle, is Jakob Pirtle the worst contract in the NBA right now? That extension seems crazy. That seems crazy now. And to think, right, didn't Toronto give up a first-round pick for Pirtle and then extended him? That's tough. It is tough. But yeah, you gotta. At least Toronto kept this one a little bit more spicy. Like this was they competed a little bit more. I saw a Skeets tweet where they said they tried harder. Brandon Ingram, 3 for 15. You know what? Let me start with Cleveland. Let's give Cleveland some love. Because they actually won. So let's give the Cavs some love here. They win this one 150-105. They get out to a 7-point lead and just kind of cruise the rest of the way. Donovan Mitchell continues to be pretty good at basketball, man. 37-5. James Harden's been hooping. Look at 5 steals and a block. 6 stocks from #HardOn. Finished 28 points on 9 for 14 shooting. He was good. Mobley 25-8. Allen 10-3. He had 5 stocks of his own. And then off the bench, Strus did not get as loose, just 6 points. But I mean, look at this. Cleveland only got, 11, 16, 19 bench points last night, and they win this one. But here we go. Colin Murray Boyles ends up playing 26 minutes in this one. He had 17, 7, and 1 with 2 stocks of his own. He was a -6, so still not great. Sandro gave him 12 and 10 off the bench. But man, Scotty, 26, 5, and 4. He was a -17. Brandon Ingram, 3 for 15 from the field. And as much as I want to dunk on Brandon Ingram, maybe we just give Dean Wade a little bit of love, huh? Give Dean Wade some love for the defense that he's been throwing at him. RJ had a better game, 22, 9, and 5. Noah Emmanuel quickly again. Jamal Shed playing 38 minutes. Gave him some good defense, but some bad offense. Power Dust saying CMB the best rookie in the playoffs. We'll see. Through 2 games. I still think VJ Edgecombe pretty good. Also, Dylan Harper had a really good game. All right, so regular mentioned during the broadcast. This is back to Denver, Minnesota for a second. When the Nuggets win the second game, they are 8-0. When Wolves lose the second game, they're 0-8. Oh, that is crazy. That is pretty wild. Power Dust said also a 0 from 2 starters in IQ and Pirtle. It's actually respectable. Scary part is that Yak says his back feels good. It doesn't. And yeah, Josh making some cash on the Pirtle unders. And then yeah, dude, I saw a lot of stuff going out on Twitter yesterday about how DeMar DeRozan left and Brandon Ingram said, "I hold my beer" or something. Like he's bringing his own DeMar DeRozan. I thought that was way too disrespectful towards DeMar DeRozan. And then Sanjay said Brandon Ingram called out the coach and talked about they can't win when he's not shooting, and then he goes and does this in game 2. Yeah. The 3 for 15 is tough, man. The 3 for 15 is tough. Hate to see it. And then, yeah, you said Scotty's being forced to guard D-Mitch, Harden, Mobley, and Allen, and everyone else just watching. Yeah, and that's why they have to start Colin Murray Boyles. Because they need another defender out there. No, I don't know if I'd go that far about Booker. Are you Booker being the second worst contract when the Philadelphia 76ers have Joel Embiid and Paul George? Come on, regulator. Don't do that. But yeah, I mean, listen, Toronto gets to come back home. They get to go to We the North, get their little Tim Hortons. I tried to move right into an impression. Toronto, Tim Hortons. No, that's fucking whatever. We can't do it. But yeah, they get to go back to Toronto. I think Colin Murray Boyles just has to start. The Jakob Poeltl thing's got to be over, man. If he's going to play 9 minutes and he's healthy, no more. Just let CMB start. Let Sandro play the backup. This is just not a Yak series. So Colin Murray Boyles, the next time they play, let him cook. Toronto, though, I think this is over. This feels like Cleveland in 5. Cleveland maybe comes back home for game 5 and then cooks there. So there we go. Those are the 3 games from last night. I know, man. I think once it's in my head, that I'm not very good at accents, but the second I start thinking about it, it's over. It has to just flow. It just has to flow. Hold on one second. Okay, we're gonna look at tonight's slate right now. let's see. We got 3 games tonight. We got 3 games tonight. Sorry, somebody's yelling at me for not having bagel with lox. No bagel with lox today. Yeah, because I was too tired. It's hard to do bagel with lox when you stay up till 1:30 in the morning, okay? So we have 3 games. We have game 2 of Celtics and the 76ers. We have game 2 of the Lakers and the Rockets. And then we have game 2 of what's the other one? Spurs and Blazers. So maybe 1 game. The couple things before we get into that. One, crazy. It sounds like Steve Kerr's run with the Golden State Warriors is done. Lots of leaked info yesterday about the University of Florida head coach Todd Golden. You know, the one that was sending messages to 19-year-olds allegedly on Snapchat or whatever it was. Also, we haven't done this in a while. He was allegedly doing it. Allegedly. It sounds like he might be a front runner or whatever to be coach of the Golden State Warriors. That makes it for a very interesting offseason. Also, Mike Dunleavy got an extension. That's fine. Whatever. What other news? And then the Portland stuff we talked about yesterday, but that seems to be a hot mess. I think that's it. Regulator giving us one more stat about CJ. CJ McCollum has 22 points on 82% true shooting when being guarded by Jalen Brunson in this series. Man, not great, Bob. Not great. All right, let's do tonight's slate. I've got a couple of takes. About tonight's stuff. And I almost don't want to tell people this because I want it to go under the radar. 76ers are playing the Celtics tonight. Celtics are 14.5-point favorites. Philly did get some good news yesterday. Joel Embiid resuming some on-court activities after his appendectomy or whatever the official surgery was for yanking that appendix out of your body. But it does, he hasn't been able to do any conditioning for a couple of weeks, right? Because it's a couple of knives to the stomach, so you can't really move around like that. And this is not me calling Joel Embiid out of shape, but for that big boy, it's a little bit hard to get the conditioning ramped up, right? So I don't expect Joel Embiid to be back for tonight. Obviously, he's still in Philadelphia. Game 3 would be Friday. I think it's a pretty long shot for Embiid to be back for game 3 either. There is a chance maybe he's back for game 4, but that would also mean that he has to, that they have to not be down 3-0. Are you bringing back Joel Embiid if you're down 3-0? I don't know. Maybe. I don't. Yeah, regulator says, what condition do you have and what happens in the to Embiid next pool? I just want him to be healthy, man. I want him and Porzingis to just be able to play basketball. Like whatever Kawhi Leonard did this year, I hope Embiid can do that. Kawhi always misses time and then has this year where he just plays so much. I hope Embiid's healthy. I hope he can just be healthy. But okay, so the story for tonight. Let's look at game 1. Let's look at the box scores for game 1 just for a second. So in game 1, Celtics win 123-91. I'm about to give you the keys to the castle, okay? The keys to the castle. Nehemias Queta played 15 minutes because he was kung fu fighting, fouling everybody in front of him. Also, hold on. Matty Harrison said the worst contracts and contentions with Pirtle, Anthony Davis, Sabone, Miles Turner, Embiid. You put Paul George on that too. Yeah, and maybe that too, Power Duster. But anyways, Nehemias Queta just fouled the hell out of everybody. But in 15 minutes, had 13 points, 2 boards, a dime, and a block. Nehemias Queta, not really getting drafted on an underdog. I don't know what his over-under PRA is set. Give me the over. It's a Dembona, Andre Drummond, and Dominic Barlow. I think the Celtics are going to be able to get to the rack whenever they want. We already know what Tatum and Brown are going to do. Nemi only playing 15 minutes is crazy. I think he's going to play closer to 27, 28. I think it's Nemi night. I think it is the Portuguese prince that was promised. It is the Nehemias Queta night. Celtics should win by 1 million in this one. I do expect Maxey and VJ and Paul George all to play a little bit better. When you look at that last game, right? Maxey 8 for 20 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3. You know what was nuts in this game? They made 4 3-pointers, 4 for 23 from 3. Listen, I know the Celtics defense has been nice. They got to be chucking. They got to get deep in their Mike Zakarian bag and do nothing but shoot threes. Let variance be your friend tonight and just chuck. Let Oubre fly. Let Oubre for 19.5 PRA. Give me the over. Hold on. Before I say give me the over again, we should just remind the people here. None of this is financial advice. Do what you love what you do. something like that, right? My hair was objectively better then. Objectively better then. I had a better flow. God, I'm so washed. It is over. It is over. You're gonna start calling me five head soon. Okay, anyways, I think it's Nemi night. I really, really like Namias Keita. I'm calling 24 and 12. 24 and 12 Nemi. But yeah, the 76ers need to shoot threes, man. They need to shoot the three ball. They have to. They have to. But Celtics should win this game. I bet Philly covers tonight, though. How about that? How about that's for your take? I think Philly covers tonight. And then next up we got Trailblazers and Spurs. That starts at 8:00. That's on the clock. Oh wow, I didn't realize the Celtics. Oh no, that's on NBC. The Celtics got the regional game. Celtics, wow. Celtics getting the Toronto Raptors. I tried to do the accent again. I can't do it. I'm so cooked. And Armenian goes to Turkey to restore his hair. I tell you what, man. I tell you what. I'm not going to Turkey for that. I'll go somewhere else. Give me whatever the C- version is. I'm not doing. And Armenian's not going to Turkey. No, thank you. No, thank you. Bring that game to Yerevan. All right. Trailblazers and the Spurs. Spurs are favored by 11.5. Kling Kong cooked, man. He's done. He's done. I don't think we're going to see. The only thing Donovan Clingan was doing well in this game was just standing at the 3-point line so Wemby couldn't be in the paint. I don't think we're going to see a lot of Clingan. I think we see a little bit more Jeremy Grant in this game. How many minutes did Grant play in that first game? Did he get over 20? When I look at that, let's see. We look at that. What was it? How many minutes? Oh, he doesn't play for the Spurs. What a dumbass. Sorry, guys. All right, Jeremy Grant in that game played 19 minutes, right? So he played 19 minutes. Sharp played 22. Kamara played 31. Clingan only played 21 in this one. How about Time Lord? Time Lord 17. Man, so I don't know what they do. Maybe some more Time Lord, as Regulator said. Maybe some more Time Lord. I really do like Denny. I think Denny's just going to keep cooking. He only got to the line a handful of times in his 30-10 game last time out. I think he'll get to the line a little bit more here in game 2. I expect a good game from him. I expect a good game from Denny. But I also expect San Antonio to win. And we kind of saw some floor games from Stephen Castle and Wemby, I think. So I maybe we'll get a little bit more there. And then the last game of the night, Rockets-Lakers, another 10:30 start. Come on. Yeah, Kevin Durant's still questionable. So the KD stuff sounds like it's a true 50-50 here. It does sound like a true. I thought we would get a better report yesterday. I don't think there's gamesmanship going on between the Houston Rockets and the Lakers. I don't think that's what they're doing. If he missed game 1, I don't know if he all of a sudden is magically feeling better. My guess, if I had to put some hard-earned cash down, is that Kevin Durant gives it a go. But what level is he at? How healthy is he? Is he playing through a ton of pain? I don't know. But they need him, man. That offense is just dog shit. So they need Kevin Durant. They need a better game from Reed Shepherd, right? Reed Shepherd, where did he go? 6 for 20 from the field last time or something like that? Missing 9 threes or something. So they're going to need a better Reed Shepherd game. They're going to need a better Şengün game too. I mean, Şengün was so bad in that last one, right? He just kind of did nothing. Şengün, 19-8-6, but it was just a whole. It was bad. It was a bad 19-8-6. Maybe we get a bit better Ahmed Thompson game. I don't know, but I expect Houston to come out a little bit more. I was surprised to see them favored by 4.5. That also leads me to believe that Kevin Durant is going to at least give it a go. I know Houston is the better team, but after coming off a loss, I don't know what to do. Let's build some ranks. Let's build some ranks on the Underdog app. Also, hey, we get a Splash Sports contest tonight. As you can see over here, you want to join us on Splash? We got 60 entrants already. 150 max. Can I just show you a little something here? Let's look at Monday Night Hoops. Winner. Chicken dinner. Zakarian takes it down. Beat Raiders. Esmeralda. Homework stank. Big Ox. And Magikarp. There we go. Look at this. First place, 480 Buckaroos, Jokic, Brunson, OG, Mr. Kaminga, and CMB. Love to see it. But yeah, we get another contest tonight. So come hang out on Splash if you would like. Ime's getting a tech tonight. Yeah, I totally agree with this. And again, I am so out on Ime Udoka right now. I really am. Hey, by the way, Coach of the Year finalists, those came out. Joe Mazzulla, JB Bickerstaff, Mitchell Robinson. No, not Mitchell Robinson. Mitch Johnson. I think Missoula's going to get it. I think all three, this is like one of the better coaching of the year classes. Like, I wouldn't be mad if anybody of those. And again, I think Jordan Knott should have got a little bit of love. I really, Missoula had some quotes after it being like, it should be an organization award. It should be like a coaching staff award. I know, but they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. Splash, a platform where either Z or Stubbs always wins. We have been cooking out there, man. Stubbs is the king at it. Stubbs is the king. All right, let's build some ranks on the dog. Oh, hey, also one other thing. I'm gonna need some World Cup pros here. I'm gonna need some World Cup pros because if you look at the World Soccer, they introduced a new contest called the World Pup. They also have the free kick, which is just $1 to entry, but the World Pup, $30K to first. I don't even officially know how this works. You've got a group stage quarterfinal. So you draft a team, kind of like best ball. You draft a team, they go the whole time. So you need to pick teams that are going to make a run at it. Can I just show you I built one because I didn't think I could do it in New York. And our guy knew me, was like, I think you can. So I entered, and then bang, we're here. So I need some footy pros here to lock in and how to do this because I'm excited about it. I love it. Okay, you're saying you got me. Good. I will show you this squad. This is what I drafted. Again, I was just clicking buttons. I don't know what I'm doing. If we view the full draft, let's do it like this. All right, so here we go. We got the Frenchman, Olis. We got Bruno Fernandes from Portugal. We got Depay. Oh, I know his name. And then we put that with Gakpo. I'm the Netherlands, baby. I'm high on the Netherlands. We also got Ronaldo in there with Mendes, so we get a little Portugal stack. We picked up some Belgium defenders, an English defender. We got a French goalie. We also got the Netherlands goalie, a Netherlands defenseman, and another Portugal midi. So how do we feel about Netherlands? Are we ready? Are the Netherlands making a deep run? I am so excited, by the way, to just get locked into the World Cup. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Oh, I love it. The world football is like the world socialism in America. It means something totally different in the rest of the world. That's true. Yeah, Boudewijn, how are we feeling about the Netherlands, bros? How are we feeling? All right, let's build the ranks. Sorry, I got distracted. I am excited about that. Okay, so here we go. I think this is pretty chalk. We just go Wemby, LeBron, Tatum. I think that's that top three. I'm still going to be light on Maxey tonight. I am. I think the Celtics can defend Maxey to a somewhat higher level. Like, I think Maxey is going to score 30 actual points and less than 45 fantasy points. So I'm going to go Denny next. Now, you could put Maxey next if you want. You could put JB next, and you can put Amon Thompson. I think this range, I want to move all of these around. I'll leave it like this for now. And then this is the first decision you have to make is, do you think KD is going to go? And how healthy do you think he's going to go? Now, the problem with this right now is based on ranks is that when you draft Wemby, you almost have to draft well, you don't have to, but it gets paired up with Kevin Durant a lot. What I've been doing this morning is going Castle, then KD, and then Fox in that range. I like Drew ahead of Paul George. I was going Drew, and then this range too, I kind of want to be all over the place. So I was having Jabari ahead of VJ for now, and then I was having White ahead of Ayton. But man, Ayton did look good, but like, what are the odds he plays 2 consecutive good games? And then in this range, I went Luke, and then Peyton Pritchard. But this is right here. I want this range. Like, if Kelly Oubre's going every draft, Marcus Smart, Klingon going every draft, Rui Hachimura, sure. I want it like this. I'm going Nimi, Reed, and Tari. I like all of those plays. If you want to scroll a little bit more, I think Scoot's fine. I think Tumani is fine. Tumani is going to play a fuck ton of minutes if he can stay out of foul trouble. You just need him to shoot some threes. Dylan Harper is going to play 24 minutes. That's not enough. If you think it's another blowout and Vooch is going to get 24 minutes, you could go there. Sharp, I mentioned, he played 20-plus minutes. Sam Hauser's going to be out there for 30 minutes. He can knock down the 3 ball. Yeah. So there's some options for you, but I'm going to be heavy Nemi today. I'm going to be heavy Neemias Queta. That's going to be my move today. Neemias Queta, Reed Shepherd. Like, I've been even pulling Reed up to the 5th round. I've been pulling him up to the 5th round so I can get Reed and Nemi together, or Pritchard and Nemi together. But my biggest take is just I'm going to be like Klingon, because I do think it's hard for people to just not draft Klingon when he's there in the 6th round. But I don't think this is the series for him. I really don't. Common Man saying I'd wait till the league seasons are over to draft World Cup. Okay. And Sunday saying Sharp may be one of my favorite scrolls since the minutes keep going up. Yeah, I'll be honest. I think Sharp's minutes should go down in this postseason, but Tiago Splitter disagrees. He disagrees. I think we're seeing a little too much Sharp. I don't think the minutes have been great, but Sharp can fill it up quickly. Emmanuel quickly. All right, gang. I think that's going to do it for me today. We'll be back tomorrow. More hoops. The circles under my eyes are just going to get deeper and deeper. They're just going to fall into my head based on the sleepy vibes. But get into the Splash Sports contest. We'll see you in the underdog lobbies. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Go tell a friend. 5, rate and review the podcast. Go, all the stuff. All the stuff. But playoff basketball, man. We're so back. We're so back.